And this here is basically part 2 of the leftover footage from 5 Mile, the one that I didn't feel like using right away. Right now I'm still just experimenting with what works, what doesn't work. Okay. If you also notice, I'm also experimenting with sound as well, so we'll see what, yeah, I kind of like this, the way this sounds a bit better, so we're just going to keep it going this way. But now, as you can see, the way that it actually made this work was, if you look at it, you have this really good rope that I use. People use it for mountaineering, I suppose. And just tied it to the front fender. The drawback here is that whenever you're riding around, it just kind of starts bouncing all up and down. And as usual, the question, where to turn? Do I go back, left, right? And every single time that this actually bounces like that, I'm just thinking to myself, oh man, I just hope nothing breaks. But thankfully the GoPro and the whole entire thing I have here set up is actually very durable, despite how it may look. Alright, we're bouncing again. Now the little jump cut there, that was basically, like I said, deciding which way to go. Kind of had to rearrange a couple of things. The rig kept on falling out, plus the way that it was kind of set up, the stick, it was kind of too long, and I was kind of fearing that on a steeper incline it would actually hit something in front of me and just kind of break. So I just kind of had to alter a couple of things here, but yeah. Hi everybody. And yet again, fixing the camera. These are the things that go on, that actually happen out there in the real world. You know, if you watch a movie or like a video, you know, you only see the things that they want you to see. But this, friends, this is what actually goes down. It's pain. It is trial and error. It is fixing. It's getting back on the bike and trying to keep on going forward. You know, I went out there because, you know, you want to go off-roading, but you obviously want to get some cool shots too, so you kind of have to balance it. Oh man, it's just, it's fun. It's one of those, it's a labor of joy, as they call it. Now, even with the raw footage, I still try to do a little bit with it. Still did a little bit of editing, cut out all the bits that I just didn't like, and then when the camera did swap around, I also swapped the shots around just so you can kind of see what's going on. I don't want you to be looking upside down at things all the time. But you know, when you're riding like this, the great thing about it is you kind of just forget about everything else. And you're kind of lost in the moment. you're just thinking about, you know, getting over that next hill. Hit that jump if you're into that. You're just thinking about, you know, you have a goal, you want to get over that hill. You do whatever you can to do it. And kind of the way it goes is sometimes you make it, and sometimes, friends, you just don't. And this is kind of where I got stuck. Now, what you're going to notice is that this is what it's kind of all about. This is what I've been talking about. You know, you see the hills that I take, and they don't look like much on camera, but trust me, in real life, they're a lot more intimidating. But this is what happens when you don't make it. This is what happens when you can't turn around because it's too steep to do it, and going up is a battle. Every single inch is a battle, and right here, this is where it's happening. I am just dying right now, just trying to get this freaking bike up this hill. Oh my god, I was so freaking tired and exhausted after this. Oh, and I stall. Let's try this one more time. Let's see what happens. Oh, got a couple more inches here. And what's going to happen next? And I stalled again. At this point, I'm just ready to freaking give up. But no, that's not how it's done. You gotta keep on going, keep on trucking. Now, I wanted to go right away to the left-hand side. Obviously, it'd be easier to push the bike up. The problem was, though, on the other side, there's just nothing. If you go on the other side, you're just gonna fall down. It's just a straight drop. So I'm just kind of stuck on the right hand side of the bike, and it's just not going for me. I need to get a little bit more further up before I could actually swap sides to the left hand side and make it a bit easier on me. And stalled yet again. And at this point, I mean, it was a very hot day, so obviously the engine is gonna start kind of overheating. Obviously, I mean, it just couldn't take it anymore. So I just kind of had to do a little semi-rest here, kind of gather my energy, get my thoughts together, and then see what I can do. I'm ever so gingerly sliding over to the left-hand side and actually trying to get a hold of the bike. You kind of see it in my eyes at this point. I am just donezo. But yeah, you kind of had to do it. Now later on, what I learned is actually on the other side of the hill, there's an easier way up, and I just so happened to take the toughest road up this particular hill. Yeah, and that's kind of why I got stuck. Here we go. This is where it all comes into play. This is where, you know, you see the end. It's so close, and this is where it gets really hard. At this point, I'm just completely exhausted. You know, my helmet is on, and I'm just not able to breathe. So I finally got up this thing, you know, started heading out, and what else is gonna happen but camera flips around, obviously. That's what's going to happen. At this point, I don't know if you can hear me breathing, but I'm breathing pretty heavy. I'm dead. But hey, I made it. You know, that's the important thing here. I made it. And this is where that video got its name. Oh my god. Oh my